Hey!
What's going on?
What's going on, everybody? Let me know if you guys can hear us and see us all right. I am trying the streaming service off of my computer inside the house, obviously. I'm not using the cell phone like we usually do. So hopefully you guys are going to get a little bit clearer picture, a little bit clearer audio. No lagging.
No.
I don't know. Auntie Ann says, loud and clear. Yay. Hopefully not too loud now. Lori says, looks good, sounds great. Thanks, awesome. We can hear you and see you. Perfect. I always get so nervous, guys, whenever I try to use the streaming software instead of just being lazy and using my phone, because there's so much things to connect in the background. You gotta like add the stream URL and like the stream key, and you have to put it into like the right places on the program. And anyway, it's all this stuff that's very confusing, but I'm still trying to learn. Anthony actually had showed me how to set it up a while ago, and I just haven't used it that often. When we did start our streams, I had like all the best intentions for me to be using it like on a weekly basis, and then you guys know what happened, so I just didn't get the practice that I wanted to put in there, but it's all good. It's all good. Let's go ahead and start saying hello to everybody that's coming on in, and I'm going to ask you guys to hit and locate this button. Bangity bang bang bang. You know, do the thing. Excuse me. Let me see here. I see it's all Grady is in the house. What's going on, Denise and Marcel? How are you guys doing today? Aronix, 1979. Good to see you in here. Marissa, Miss Lila Newton, Mr. Paul Honeyman, very, very nice to see you guys in here. Betty Jean, Backwoods Mindset, good to see you in here too, Maddie. Haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you're doing well. Hat Creek Homestead, hey Dawn.
What's going on?
Hi Karen, good to see you, and Auntie Ann. Everybody's coming on in here. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being with us. Auntie Ann, I hope you are feeling much better after today, Mel. You know what? I wish I was. I'm just not. It's a lingerer, guys. It's a lingerer, and I hate to be just continuing to be whining about it, so I'm just going to keep pushing forward. But if you see me with some dark sunglasses on, or if you see, you know, Gary doing the vlogs and stuff, which I love when Gary takes over, and I know you guys love Gary's vlogs, right? Come on, you guys love Gary's vlogs.
I just do me.
And I love it. I love it. And y'all love it. Because who doesn't love him, right? Everybody loves Gary. And if you don't love Gary, well then...
Well, I love the vlogs that you put out too, babe.
Nah.
Don't short sell yourself.
Well, they don't, so more Gary.
They do too.
No more
they
Gary.
Do.
No more Gary action. It's all good. I know my place. It's fine.
No,
I'll work the computer. Let me see, Marco Torres. Hello, SimpleLifeReclaimed. Well, hello, Marco. Good to see you in here. Heather Hopper, we adore Gary work. Yes, see, they adore Gary. Everybody loves Gary. Who doesn't love Gary? Gary's easy to love. He's so easy to love. Come on's in here. Come on with that. Come on. What's going on?
Yeah.
So, guys, Gary for president 2024. Is that a job you'd want to have?
No. Don't put that on me.
Yeah. That wouldn't be a very fun job.
No.
No, I wouldn't.
I'm sorry.
Like
you know,
job.
it sounds all glorious and everything else, but no.
Yeah.
No. The amount of pressure and headache and everything else, and just, you know, media alone nonstop on you. It's like, dude, yeah.
See, look at all the love you're getting, honey. Everybody loves your vlogs. See? Do more of them, because everybody loves them. Rich Life, man, thanks, man. Thank you, Tim. Super chat for all those hardworking biscuit and taco makers out there. Come on.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I was a chow mein maker tonight, actually. I made some chow mein. I tried a new thing. I've been craving Chinese food a lot lately, and that's one thing. Like, I can make Italian, I can make Mexican, obviously American, but Chinese food is one of those things that I haven't really practiced making very much, but I love to eat it, so I figure I need to start learning how to cook it, right? So, yeah, I made some chicken chow mein tonight.
It was good. It was really, really good.
You liked it?
It had a little bit of a kick to it.
I did add a little bit of a kick. I did add a little
pretty
bit, a little
nice.
something in there. But, oh, we got 9 to 5 with Life Off Grid in here. What's going on? Haven't seen you guys in a minute. It is so good to see you in here tonight.
Yes.
I hope you and the fam bam are doing fabulous.
So sad to hear about the pup and everything.
Yeah, man, that sucks. I'm sorry, bro. We feel your pain. We're sending you all the
Yes.
love.
Yes.
See, we're still creeping and lurking in the background, even if we don't comment all that much. We're still lurking. He says on grid. Yeah, you know what? I was just rambling off the name from back in the day.
Yeah.
Now you're just shortened it out to 9 to 5 to life. But yeah, he used to be 9 to 5 to Life Off Grid, and now he's got a new place. You guys should go check him out. Good channel.
Yes.
Good, really good people. Mel, the camera is trying to focus on the shadow on the wall, making things blurry. That shadow?
It might be.
Any guesses on what that shadow is? It's nasty. I'm gonna out ourselves. That shadow is a fly trap with like 1,000 flies on it.
There's not 1,000 on there.
Oh, there's quite a few.
There's enough to where it's like, hey, buddies, there's a spot for all of us. Come and hang out. Come on.
Bring your friends.
Exactly. You put a brand new one up, and it takes forever for them to even notice that it's there. It's like, what the heck?
Oh, Randall, thank
Or
you
at
so
least it
much for the
seems.
super chat. He says,
Aw.
"Yum Chinese." Yes, I'm trying
you,
to
bud.
learn. I don't have a wok, so it's not.
No.
You know, I'm doing
It's
it
in
with
your future,
in a
baby.
pan. You know, trying to.
It's in the future, you know.
And I used olive oil instead. I think, you know, like my recipe, I should have used peanut oil, but I used olive oil.
Well,
But it still tasted really good.
it was good.
I used what I got.
It was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. So who in here was able to watch the video we posted yesterday with Country Road Kieran, Mr. Bobblehead Homestead?
Yes.
To those that didn't get to watch it, I understand. Oh, Drifting Dreamers 5 was there too.
Yeah.
To those that didn't watch it, I understand, you know, you're squeamish, you guys don't want to see that kind of thing. I will say that the way that I filmed it and the way that I put it out there, if you watch any kind of cooking channels or anything, I don't think that it should be, because the grossest part was when I was taking the innards out.
Yes.
Other than that, there's really not, you know what's going on, you know, but it's not like gory or anything. The goriest part is removing the innards. But if you cook Thanksgiving dinner and you got to remove those innards, you know, for your turkey, or if you do any kind of cooking, then it's really not that bad.
No.
But yeah, if you guys missed it, that was a really good video and a super proud moment for us. That was the first time that we had ever processed anything out here on the 41.36.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
It's a big step in the right direction.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's kind of going full circle, you know. We had those chickens from a baby, and now they're happily in my freezer. And I'll be doing some cooking with Mel segments with that coming up soon too. I know that there's quite a few people that are actually interested to see the rabbit make its way to a plate.
Yep.
So we'll definitely be showing you guys some of that too. Some different recipes and concoctions and
last time we had rabbit, we hunted it and everything, and it was really, really good.
and actually
It was, we made it into chili verde.
I did. I
tacos.
made it into chili verde. Yep.
No.
That one was actually when we were still in Arizona,
No.
and I went out and I hunted it, and I did all of the field dressing and everything right there on site, and we left all of the stuff for the coyotes out in the desert, and yeah, it was a while ago. I think that video's got to still be on our channel. It's forever old. But that one, you guys, if you're squeamish, don't watch it. That one I didn't film like how I just filmed this one. That one is very graphic.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're squeamish, don't watch that one. Randall, thank you so much, man. It says, just so happens I rewatched an Aldi today, Gary eating a rattlesnake. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we've definitely
Done that one.
We've done that one. We've gotten rattlesnakes. I mean, you know, back when we lived in Arizona, the Mojave green rattlesnakes, they used to come on the property all the time, and those ones are very.
It wasn't just them. We would get them all.
Yeah.
And in technicality, there's like 13 different types of rattlesnakes, but it's mainly like 4. But you can get different species within those 4 making up the 13 different ones.
Right.
Yeah. So you get some all crazy ones out there.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
And the ones that were brave enough to slither onto our property ended up making it to the barbecue pit.
Nope.
we would eat them.
We have it all fenced in back then. So I mean, like it was fully planked in and everything else like that, to where if a snake got in, if it doesn't go the same way it got back in, I don't know how it's gonna get out. You know?
I mean,
I'm just saying.
I almost stepped on one time in the garden in Arizona. I literally stepped over it because we had like a block garden kind of set up how we have now, similar, not the same, but similar. And oh, a kid's coming in to snitch. Hold on one second. I hope you are. Yeah, you are. Sorry, parent life. Kids are snitching, you know how it goes. Yeah, so the snake. So I literally was stepping over some of the blocks to get to the other side, and I had a bundle of leaves, and he was right there. Like, he could have easily dropped me, and yeah, this whole part of the journey wouldn't have happened. But God is good, and I was saved. And he ended up making it to the barbecue pit. So I'm going to read some of these comments, guys, and we'll keep this chat going. I see you guys are all chatting amongst yourselves, and that makes my heart very happy that we've got such a great community of friends and family. You guys are all getting together and talking amongst yourselves, and I love that. I love... you know, when we can be used as like a springboard for other people to meet other people, and everything just keeps growing, and yeah, it's great. It's awesome. Let me see. Matt says, hello SLR, you guys are awesome. I love you guys in CRC. I've been watching for a couple of years and have enjoyed all of your hard work and accomplishments. You should be very proud. Well, thank you, Matt, for watching and for joining the journey with us and Country Road Cure. They're a huge part of our whole journey, guys. They really are. And man, I just want to take a second. Anthony and Roxanne have been working so hard on their channel, on their home, and creating a whole new life for them and Wyatt. And I couldn't be prouder as a sister. And as far as YouTube goes, I couldn't be prouder for them for their accomplishments as well. They're like this close, man. I want to try to help and do anything that we can. So please, guys, go and share and spread the word for Country Road Cure. Let's get them past 50,000. They've worked so hard and they totally deserve it. If you guys haven't seen any of their videos, their editing is like way better than mine. They're fantastic family, fantastic couple, great content, and you guys would really love their channel. So if that doesn't tell you enough, post them to all your socials. Let's get them over 50. That would be just phenomenal. Phenomenal. They so deserve it. I did see a question fly through here while I was ranting. Teresa, hey Teresa, good to see you, honey. She says, question, will you raise the Cornish hens like from egg? Also, the rabbit is not as wild tasting, is it, than from the wild? So I haven't, so yes, let me answer the first question first. So the Cornish hens from an egg, no, they were not raised from an egg. We ended up buying them from Tractor Supply. And the thing is with Cornish hens, at least the Cornish cross, the ones that are specifically bred for meat, it's very difficult to produce an egg for a Cornish cross chicken. You got to really know what you're doing, and Gary and I are not really. Bobbleheads probably be the best option.
Bobblehead would be the best, but it's too different. From what he was saying, it was a cross.
Excuse me.
It was a Cornish or whatever, and
a white rock.
Whatever, white rock, or it's a complete different mixture or whatever. And trying to breed them to get it to where it breeds down to it, that's where it's interesting.
Right. So a Cornish and a Cornish isn't. I know it sounds weird, but. And the problem is that the Cornish hens too, they only have a lifespan of like 16 weeks, and then they start having heart attacks and dying. So they're literally made for, or bred for, meat production. Fast growing,
fast meat production, so much so that their organs itself do not grow as fast as the muscles and everything else. to where...
Oh, your mic is still off, baby. Sorry.
Whoop. Is that on now?
Should be now.
Ah, there I am.
My bad.
My bad. I thought I pushed the button.
Hopefully you guys could have picked him up off me a little bit.
But it's a very weird thing in a sense. So I mean, like, getting those birds and everything, even if you didn't want to do that and you wanted to be like, oh, I want to save them, you would ultimately be having them for only a very short time.
And then they would pass
they would pass by natural causes, and it's when you can get a chicken to live 5-10 years, you know, or even longer, you know, and those chickens just can't even live really past, you know, 6 months.
Right.
So it's
so there is a difference too between a Cornish hen and a Cornish cross hen, which are strictly bred for meat production. So there are Cornish hens. You can mate a Cornish with a Cornish and have Cornish hens.
Yes.
They are not bred though for the fast meat production.
Correct.
They're just another type of backyard bird, right? So
there's so much to it, it's not even funny.
Right, but like the grocery store chickens that you would get, those are usually Cornish cross, and that's what we grew. And so that's what we're talking about.
Because we do want to try to have it as close as possible, but make it more of we know what is there. We, you know, no antibiotics, no anything else like that. We fed them what's supposed to be fed. We cleaned out their cages as often as possible. We fed them water. We kept up on them, you know, hung out with them.
They lived a good life, man. They didn't just live inside that little, you know, cage and, you know, we would go down and that was it. We would go down there and talk to them and hang out with them and pet them, and the kids would too. And, you know, they lived a very happy, good life.
Correct.
And so as long as, you know, we can feel secure in knowing that they were able to have a very good life all the way up from the moment we got them, and then their passing was quick.
Yes.
And I mean, that's all you can ask for, right? And we were happy to receive what they offered to us, and it's a cycle of life, right?
Yep.
So going forward, though, I think that we will probably do some more Cornish cross again.
Yes.
That was a very, very nice
yielding bird.
Yeah, we got a nice yield off of that.
We have done this a couple of times, and this was the first time that we've actually done the Cornish cross. And, you know, I mean, that's the whole, you know, mainstream media bird for, in the sense.
Mainstream media.
Well, mainstream media for homesteaders. I don't even know what I mean. You know what I mean? Whatever. If you rate, like, I don't know.
You're so cute. No,
what you think
so
of, like,
cute.
you know, in the sense of that's what it is. But, I mean, and there's a reason for it. The amount of meat per bird is just insane. And it would be, right now, the same yield-wise if we went out and, you know, butchered our egg layers right now that are a year old.
Right, and those birds, those Cornish cross, they were only like close to 11 weeks. They were 10 weeks, but they were close to 11.
They were closer to 11.
And actually, I did mention it inside the video, right? That actually, I had the dogs, they came and they helped themselves to some of those birds, and we don't want to go into all of that. But I actually had 2 of them pass of natural causes as well, because they were getting so big, and it was time, and that's what really lit the fire underneath Gary and I. But like, oh man, we're gonna come out one day and the flock is gonna be gone, and I'm gonna feel horrible, and you know, we'll be regretting that we didn't do it, right? So
they say in 8 to 10 weeks, roughly, and we went a little bit longer.
Yep.
Just a tad.
Because we've been busy.
Yes. But
hey, difference in here. DIY different. You guys are awesome. Hey, I just want to give them a big shout out too. They've got a really great channel. And I've never met them in person, but our mutual friend Bobblehead, Jeff, Bobblehead Homestead, has met them in person and has had nothing but amazing, kind, and wonderful things to say about them. I've watched their videos. Very cool channel, and they like to do things different. So they're totally right up our alley. They're definitely our kind of people. So you guys will like them too. Very great channel. So I'm happy to see you guys in a live chat. I'm super excited that you guys made it.
No.
Thank you.
Heck yeah.
Ridge Life wants to know, are you up for a trout trip, Gary?
Tell me when.
Yeah.
Tell me when. And I will gladly be like, yes, I'm going to mark that down. I've been dying, honestly, to fish trout because, you know, coming from the Northwest, that's a lot of what the fish is out there is trout and, you know, catfish and striper and whatnot. But other than that, that's about it. And trout was always a good, fun catch, no matter how big or small. So.
Oh, what is that? What is that? Oh, my mouse isn't working either. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Oh, boop, boop. Boop, boop. Sometimes with my mouse, I have to unplug it to plug it back in. Maybe the StreamYard is just really slow. Oh, no, a few seconds ago, Roxanne Pruitt subscribed. Thank you, Roxanne Pruitt, for subscribing.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. I don't know, it's supposed to show like a graphic on the screen too when things like that happen. Apparently it didn't, but that's what happened. So at least we got the notification. That was cool. I have to go through, like I said, I gotta go through and like fix the Streamlabs settings because I'm still learning how to use the streaming software. But it showed the squirrel, Ridgelife said. Oh, it did. Okay, good, good. Stream Elements, it showed the animation on the bottom right. It's Streamlabs, I think. But, you know, you could be right. Who
It's
knows?
all Grady. I sure did
Streamlabs.
catch a good old catfish over there.
Yes. That was actually the last time Gary's been fishing, too, so it's been a couple of weeks. I know he's getting the itch.
Abe's been hounding me. I went and got myself some more fishing bait.
Yeah.
Well, lures.
Well, no, and
Just
we did get
'cause-
some fishing bait when we were doing all those
Well,
chickens.
yeah, I got a lot of good catfish bait right there, man. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the test where it's the red cherry Kool-Aid soaking into it, and then I'm gonna do one where it's all garlic and everything soaking into it.
I'm sure everybody would love to find out about your test.
I'm really curious.
Yes.
Or just straight old chicken liver, nothing.
Yeah.
You
Just
know?
some liver.
See,
I mean, we've
which
got
one
it.
is it that's gonna?
You should do like a, you know,
something.
the scientific method with your little notebook and writing down, okay, I caught this many fish, and you do like 3 different lines and cast them all out at the same time, so that way it's not time of day being a difference.
I got 3 little ones. I got 3 little ones.
Yeah. So Ridgelife want to know, is Abe feeling better? All better? So yeah, pretty much. Abe is all better. I mean, he's been going back to school. He doesn't really.
Come on, I got you.
It's just lingering on me. I honestly think ever since I had shingles, my immune system is just shot, and obviously it was shot before. That's how I was able to have shingles pop up on me. So I don't know. I know. I need to go to the doctor. I know. I do. I don't like going to the doctor. I don't like it, and it's one of those grown-up things I don't want to do. I only go if there's like an emergency or like if it's an emergency, then I'll go. Here, I gotta unplug this thing because it's gonna keep. I don't know why it's going nuts. I don't know. Doo-doo. It's whenever we use. Well, it's because the camera is taking power from the USB port, and then like the USB port is being split into like the mouse and then the keyboard. But no, I'm the only one that's left with it. But I'll be fine, guys. I'm still out there getting it. We were getting it today. I'm gonna edit out a video for y'all for tomorrow. Oh my goodness, 3 Willows Farm. Dang, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Super kind of you. What a blessing. And
That's
it
awesome.
says,
Thank you so much.
use where most needed. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
Super duper nice of you. Let's see. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. I hope you guys don't experience buffering, but I just had that thing pop up on our stream.
I'm not touching anything.
Yeah, we're not going to touch it. We're just going to
don't
leave
know.
it alone, because as soon as we touch it, it's going to go, break.
I don't know.
But thank you so much, 3 Willows.
Thank you.
Definitely will. So today, Gary and I and Roxanne, we were getting it outside. Aunt came out for a little bit too.
Yeah.
And we were kind of taking care of some stuff over by camp. You guys saw a Real Talk with SLR. You know what we were into.
Nope.
I'm going to have a video to put out for you guys tomorrow. Very chill,
Yep.
Very, very chill. We've got our first trash pickup tomorrow, which is like super duper exciting for us. I know it's probably not a big deal to a lot of you guys, but to us it's a very big deal because we've been having to like burn trash and then take it to the dump.
Go to the dump and having to run it back and forth and just...
Such a pain. And then we'd have to wait and wait and wait till we have a good chunk of it, right? And then again, the smell and the flies.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the stuff that comes with that. So we do have our first pickup tomorrow, and we have been doing essentially bag it up, tag it up, get that sucker full. So we actually have it as full as it can go right now.
It's so full. I jumped on it quite a few times to try to get it, you know.
You should have seen Gary. He was in there doing...
I was straight up jumping all my feet up in the air and just, ugh! Yep, that's as full as it's gonna get.
Oh, thank you, Laura. She says, yeah, garbage pickup. Great job, Mel, on getting them there. Let me tell you what, Laura, I had to like hunt them down and beg over at David on Come On Mountain. What's up, Come On? I see you in here, brother. Mike with Drifting Dreamers 5 was able to secure them to come over so that way over on Come On Mountain Dreamers Landing, they would be able to get trash service. Now, they do have to drive down the mountain and go to the spot and everything. Well, one day when we were over there with David and we were tearing down that shed, it just so happened to be their trash pickup day. And I had called that company before, like a couple of times, and had begged them over the phone. Well, I went down over there and I saw they were picking up the trash. I was like, wait a minute, guys, I'll be right back. I'm running down over there to go meet the trash man. I'm all, please, I'm begging you, please, can you please come and get some trash over here? I've talked, and it's a family owned and operated thing, right? And it was the son. And he was probably in his mid-20s or something, younger guy. And I was like, I talked to your mom. I've talked to your mom a couple times, please. And he's all, yeah. And so anyway.
He's probably thinking in his mind, like,
this crazy
broad. Who is this crazy lady coming up to me trying to tell me I need to go
talk to my mom?
I just work here, lady.
It worked. I think he felt the desperation. I went and I talked to him, and then like the next day she called me back, and you know, we are farther out, you know, like David and Mike, they're far out too, but they had like there's other people in their area that were already signed up for their service, and where we're at, there wasn't anybody signed up for their service. So it was one of those things where we were like out of their area, and I had to beg them to put us on the route, man. I had to beg, and I'm hoping that, sorry, my eyes. I'm hoping that once a month service is going to be sufficient. If not, we can always go up one dumpster bigger than what we presently have. And
hopefully,
I
if
can
that's
also,
not the case, we can sweet talk them
I'm hoping I'll be able to.
Twice a month.
I don't want to try to pull any sweet talking though until after we've had their service for a little while, and then they see that it's like a need, right?
They're gonna see it's a need. Immediately, they're gonna be like, "Holy crap! Did you guys stuff this guy?"
Randall, I'm telling your mom, kiddo. No, it wasn't like that at all. It was it wasn't like a I'm telling your mom. It was a can you please tell your mom? It was like a hey, I've called your mom and you know I haven't really gotten an answer. Can you please let her know that you saw me today? That's more of what it was.
Oh, man.
But I tried, man. I tried. Because Anthony and Rox and us, we all desperately needed that service.
Yes.
And it's one of those services that we are splitting with Anthony and Rox. So that takes a bite of, you know, the monthly service of it, right? So and it's good. It's really good. Now nobody has to go anywhere, and we all get it. And I know it's not a big deal for some of you guys, but when you're used to having something, right? And we were kind of city living, right? Then we moved out to Arizona, and even in Arizona, being out in the country, we still had normal amenities. We were just in the country. But then you move away from any kind of normal amenities to 100% raw land. We knew what we were getting into, but it's still a challenge.
Arizona living was way harder, I feel like.
I gotta put some of this in my eye.
I feel like that way of living was way harder.
In Arizona?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, first, we were an hour away from town. Any which way.
Yeah.
So it was, oh, I need to go and get this from the store. It's not like right now where it's like you can be like 30 minutes down the road and go get something.
Right.
Maybe even shorter, because there is so much things out and about everywhere, you know.
Yeah, we have a Dollar General in Magazine, which is actually closer than Booneville.
Yeah.
But Magazine is smaller than Booneville.
Correct.
Like they all they have is the Dollar General.
But it's still way more than what we had where we were in Arizona.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean,
yeah.
So you'd have to drive an hour to go that way or an hour that way. Either which way, you're like, well, if I need something, like that's it. And then the gas, there was a gas station out there which charge you an arm and a leg for anything out there, and that gas prices, man, holy crap.
Oh yeah, the gas prices out there were ridiculous. They were ridiculous.
Anytime I ever ran out of gas and I was like, son of a gun, I have to fill up. I was like, I'm only gonna put in like $10. 2 gallons later, I'm like, what the?
Rue Wade says they lived in Phoenix for 10 years and then they came home to Montana. Well, then you kind of know, we were closer towards Kingman. We were in between Kingman and Las Vegas. And so, you know, we started out in Vegas. That's where we met. It's where we got married, had our first couple of kids. And then as we had children and everything, we were like, well, we need to get out of the city. So then the next best option was Boulder City. And then after Boulder City, then we moved to Arizona, which is just on the other side of the Hoover Dam. So we still commuted to Las Vegas. Las Vegas was still our stomping grounds. But for other things, because we were technically Arizona residents, we had to go to Kingman for like doctor's offices and stuff because we had to stay in Arizona. But like to hang out with friends or to do other shopping, we would just go over to Nevada side and go to Vegas. But out of all the places that I've lived, and out of all of the things, I think this is the best adventure in our life so far.
Oh, yeah.
And I love being in a small town community. I love being out here in Arkansas. It's just so different. There's so much for us to learn. We still have so much to learn, guys, but that's what keeps life exciting. And, you know, I think somebody else just subscribed.
It makes you tingle, you know, all over your body in the sense of like, just like,
Kelly
what are we
just
doing?
Subscribed. Thank you, Kelly, for subscribing.
Thanks, Kelly.
That's awesome.
No.
Thank you for being here.
But you know what I mean by like going on this kind of adventure and just like selling it all to come out and doing this, it makes you just tingle of just like your whole body and everything is like that tingling sensation of just like, oh man, like
the anticipation,
the adrenaline. I don't know how to
talk about like a perpetual anxiety attack. It's kind of what it felt like, but
it was man.
Yeah.
So
there, I'm gonna get to some questions because you know me and Gary, we can sit here, we can squirrel and talk and talk and talk, and I do want to answer some questions and stuff. So one question was in regards to when and about the cabin. So
no, Paul Sherpert. I'll just say that.
What? Oh, I see it. I see it. Gary's all no.
Nope. Not even close.
So about the cabin build, right? And when are we going to start working on it again? So we did, you guys saw in one of our other recent videos, we just did a big supply run. And we got a bunch more materials here on site. Now the weather has been super fickle and it's been kind of tricking us. Now the way that it usually goes is if you got more than 30% chance of rain, it gonna rain. And lately we've had 50% chance of rain and not a drop.
Yeah, and I haven't been really so worried about it. You walk outside and it's super humid and it's like, yep, I don't think it's gonna rain. Yeah.
And so, well, the other when we did the rabbits the other day, we really thought it was gonna go. It was really grumbly in the sky and very dark, and the wind was blowing, and I mean, it seemed like it was gonna let loose on us.
It looked like it rained everywhere else around us.
It was tap dancing around.
Yeah. But never where we were.
Hey, I think somebody else just subscribed. Thomas McClure, thank you so much, Thomas, for subscribing. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you, man. But yeah, so we didn't do any of the block work then, because again, we didn't know about excuse me, if it was going to be raining or not. And then honestly, guys, I'm not in the best shape. I'm doing whatever I can possibly do. And I don't want anybody to worry or whatever. And obviously life and build and things must go on. But I'm taking it a little bit easy, and Gary's encouraging me to do that. And we do have all of the things. Yes. I think tomorrow we might actually start on some of that block work. I got to talk to Gary a little bit more. We were thinking about getting all the stuff lined out tonight.
I want to get everything lined up, and
before we actually
even lay.
Okay.
That we might have to. I want to spend the whole day laying block, because if I do it right, I should be able to lay all 7 on all 4 of the piers. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
So I don't want to start it halfway through the day, and it's really not going to be a whole lot of mortar. So I don't want to mix up some and then be like, crap, I'm going to have to work until, 12 o'clock at night to finish this real quick.
Well, one thing that we're going to have to...
the weather's great. We have anything to worry about with the freezing. Anything. So.
Right. The weather's been great for that. One thing that we're going to want to do, maybe we'll do this tomorrow, is we'll get everything set up to where everything's lined out for this concrete slab area, but maybe we'll do it for the front too, because and maybe also the kids' playhouse, because what's going to end up happening is we're going to end up being like doing 3 foundations at once.
Yes.
When we actually are mixing the concrete and the mortar and all that stuff. So
I want to get the mortar done first, because it's technically going to be like a form. Yes, I could build up wooden forms and just concrete that, but the blocks also make up a bit of the void for the concrete, So I'm not going to have to use as much concrete.
Right.
As well as the rebar is going to be taking up some of that void, so that's a little nice in that aspect, but I'd have that no matter what with the form. But it automatically, it's there, and it's going to look like the same exact everywhere else, right? But if we get that going, that could dry, we can go and work on other concrete foundation footers and everything, and then come back to the actual the pillars, fill those guys up, and then just keep playing back and forth. I would rather get all the concrete done in one go, and then we can go back through everything and do wood with it,
Yeah, and that was the question too. Somebody had asked, they weren't, I guess, seeing our vision fully, which we try, man. We try to explain it to the best of our ability. After we explain it, if you guys still can't see what we see, I guess just wait until you can see it with your eyes, because we're trying the very best we can to verbally explain what we plan. But sometimes, if your brain works like how my brain works, then you got to see it, because I'm one of those types of people too. Gary can explain things to me, and then until we start actually doing it and then I'm seeing it, then it makes sense to me. It was like that when we were building this basement. It's been like that when we were doing upstairs. It's even like that as he's literally right now rattling off stuff in my ear. 2 seconds ago, my brain was doing a dancing squirrel. So that's the truth, and it's just how it is, because I'm thinking, like, I don't know, my brain thinks 5 steps ahead and then backwards, and if your brain's like me, then just see. We'll get it done. But let me see. Sandra, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And she says, I just want to say that that everything that you have built, planted, and create has come out amazing. Love everything. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you.
We try really hard. We do our best.
It's a lot, and there's a lot of different ways that anybody can go with it too.
Kim is saying, I'm missing a super chat. I'm so sorry. I don't see it. Oh. I don't see it. Where'd it go?
Maybe on this one?
I don't see it.
As we see the 3 willow.
Yeah, the last one I saw was 3 willows. And thank you, 3 willows, again, for sending that. You guys never have to send us nothing, but very cool when you do.
Is this the button to go back to that one screen to see?
No, don't touch anything on this page. It's right there. And no, we got them all. We got them all. Thank you though for reminding us. Paul Honeyman, Mel has a lot of brain farts. She calls them squirrels. That's right. All day, all night. I can't help it. Maybe I have some, I don't know. I don't like to throw labels on stuff, but I probably have some, I have a lot wrong with me, okay? Let's just leave it at that. But for somehow, in some way, people with my mental affliction seem to be creatively minded. And although it can be detrimental in some ways, it's also very beneficial in other ways because my brain doesn't think like everyone else's does and the pieces don't fit together the way that everybody else's does. It allows me to see things that others don't see, and then I can take that and then you guys can see what I see. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Anyways.
Hey, we all end up at the same end goal anyway, all right?
Yeah. Yeah. Mark Robinson, thank you so much for the super chat. I didn't say anything, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Very, very kind of you. That's going to help out a lot. Sean says, I love watching your videos. It's amazing what y'all do. Keep putting out. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. It's a lot of fun, guys. Like, honestly, I count my blessings daily. Any job is going to be work. And so when we're talking about how hard something is, I guess it's not really, it's more of just conversation, like if you're, regardless of whatever your field is, you can talk about, I don't know, pick a field, and I'm sure that there's something difficult within it, because if your work was not laborious, then they wouldn't call it work, right? It'd just be fun. Now I have a particular job where I teeter that line between work and fun, because our work is fun to me. But it is laborious, and it is very physically taxing sometimes.
It gets to it, especially when you're trying to do a project and it's like, I just want to get this project done.
Yeah, and then what the biggest pain in the butt, and the thing that has been the most difficult lately would be our GoPro situation. Yeah. Anybody that creates content, the struggle is real in the summertime. I have 8 batteries, and that's hardly enough for a day's worth of shooting with like 2 cameras. And that's because the cameras are continually overheating. You get maybe like 15 minutes of recording time, and then the darn thing overheats, and you're running over here to get a new battery, swapping them out, and they get so
And then when you
hot.
want to throw in, maybe another one, and another one, and then all 3 of them wants to overheat all at the same time, and it's like, what in the world?
It's a daily occurrence.
And then you have to walk from this point to this point to this point. Yeah. We need to set you up with, a walking pace thing. See how many miles you end up walking.
Yeah, I think that would be impressive to see how much I walk in a day. Yeah, because I'm constantly having to run, and then we're over here working, right? And then the camera is way over there, so that way it can show you guys like the whole view of what's going on. So now I gotta stop what I'm doing, tell Gary to wait. Gary, wait a second, I have to go change the camera. Gary's sitting there shaking his head, rassum, frassum, grr, 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 like I just want to get this done. And I have to go over there and stop what I'm doing, go over there, change battery, come back over, and now he's like, I've been waiting. And then get back to work. Got to get our flow going again, just for it to happen another 10 minutes later. So yeah, it's life. It is what it is. Every field, though, I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining.
Need a GoPro air conditioner.
Yeah.
Man, if they have
that's a $1 million invention right there.
Yes.
Betty Jean, thank you so much, sweetheart. You don't got to do that, but thank you. She says, just because I love your videos. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it, guys. Very, very much. German says, Gary needs a haircut. He does.
I do.
Yeah, Gary's at that point.
I was going to do it just before all of this, but I was burnt, dude. I've been burnt the last couple of days. I've just been like,
Ridge Life says, just don't work when it's hot, wet, or cold. Actually, Ridge Life, wet, not a problem. GoPros are great for when it's wet. I have zero problem with the wet. And the cold isn't really that big of a deal either, unless it's an Arctic blast.
No.
And then it's like, nope, I can't live.
However, no wet with the Road mics.
That, true story.
No
True
wet
story.
with the Road mic. Do not.
Yeah, do not.
I even get questionable on it because of how much I sweat. And I've been sort of really liking the fact of when we wear the hats, it's just up on my brim.
Yeah.
Because I feel a lot safer. I feel like that thing's going to explode on my chest.
But then it exploded in your face.
I'm just saying, like...
Different says, we tried a GoPro for a day and we didn't like it. So the GoPros, the one thing that I do like about the GoPros is if I'm...
Stabilization. The number one, hands down, best thing about the GoPro
Absolutely.
is stabilization.
Right, so like I can just be walking along like normally, not really trying to pay attention to making the video smooth. I could just be literally walking, doing my thing.
Or me with the shaky hand.
And Gary, yeah, I have shaky hands too.
I know, but...
But we could just be doing our thing and it comes out very smooth, right? Grab that camera, grab that one. This is my other camera that I use a lot of the time. This is she's heavy.
Heavy guy that scares me every time I touch.
But I love her. I love her. She's a Canon 90D, and actually it's not necessarily for videography. I use it for that. It's actually more of a photography camera. But it does have video on there, and you guys have been seeing a lot of footage from this thing, and I love it. But the thing that I don't love is that unless I am being very intentional on what I am shooting and how I'm shooting, so I do a lot of the artistic shots with this, and a lot of the everyday just talking to the camera is with the GoPro, again, because of the smoothness of just walking around and talking.
Lightness.
Yeah, but this one I like it a lot better. Yeah, the lightness. This one I like a lot better for the artistic shots because you have more creative control by swapping out the lenses and being able to change all of the settings in the back, which GoPros you can't really do any of that. So if you're looking for more of a point and shoot type of a thing, GoPros are great, but you got the dreaded battery issue. It's terrible.
Yeah, this guy's scary.
Do you guys have any questions for us in regards to, I guess, anything? Because I mean, I feel like we get a lot of questions, but it's a lot of the same questions.
I can't remember who it was from, but it was about the rebar.
Oh, okay.
And how I plan on attaching it for the pillars.
Okay.
But real quick, Paul Honeyman over here.
Aw, thank you, Uncle Paul.
10 pound, right?
Yes, don't you dare call it a euro, because he'll come fool us.
That's where I'm like.
He's gonna fly across the pond just to kick your butt.
Keep on working and use the battery died excuse. So many other channels do it, man. Look at
Listen, I promise you, it's not an excuse. It's a legit reason. Like,
dude,
just try to try to imagine.
Keep a keen eye out for when we have multiple cameras going at different angles, and you can hear it going dee 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 dee. It's like, son of a.
Yeah.
There's normally a cut frame after the beep 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 beep.
Yep. Will the blocks be chimney stacked? Asked Randall.
No. No. So I'm assuming that you're talking about like sort of off staggered, like blocks.
Like these guys?
No. I'm going to be going straight on up. But to answer the question of the rebar real quick.
Come on, Gary.
So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole with my concrete bit and actually get the rebar shoved in there with some epoxy, and it's going to be a nice 4 pieces of rebar in there, number 4 rebar. So that's going to be a lot of sturdiness right there.
Sounds stout.
Just with that alone, and with the 12-inch blocks, it's going to be a 12 by 16 pillar. So
sounds very stout. And if you guys know anything about Gary, he's Mr. Overkill Bill over here.
Yeah, there's going to be 4 pieces of rebar into it, 2 in each.
It's going to hold. It's going to hold.
That thing's not going nowhere.
I trust you, baby. I trust you. David Moffat, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, man.
Love you and appreciate you. He says, Gary, have you thought about the dormer-style roof for the front and back decks? Thank you for the super chat and the question.
Thank you, thank you. I'm assuming you're talking about having the slope go up. So here's my roof. How am I going to do this? Here's my roof.
A-town down. Sorry, had to do it. He did it. He did it. Don't blame me.
God. I don't know
Sorry.
how. All right, so I'm assuming. All right, here's the house. I'm assuming you're talking about like the normal roof style, to where it comes up on the actual roof like this, and then go out, or what are you talking about with that? That's my question with that. I've thought of a couple of different ideas for the roof over the patio, but yeah.
I guess we'll wait for a little bit more clarification, David, and then he'll have him further answer that.
So
what? Gary doesn't over-ear engineer anything. Never, right. Says Anson over at Ivy's Family Factotum. Never, not this guy.
Hey, all right.
Actually, never mind.
What?
No, never mind. Squirrel ran off.
What?
Squirrel went wee.
There are certain things that I will be like, whatever, with. But there's a lot of things that I definitely go a little overkill with.
I think that, I mean, we joke about it and everything, but I appreciate your overkill. I really do, because I know that we're going to be safe. I know that it's good. Sometimes I get kind of like, come on, we don't need all that, because, you know, I'm trying to spread the butter, you know.
One thing that I always try to remember or think of when it comes down to overkill wise, and it's a really cool thing, but it's not at the same time. You remember when we had to dig out those poles that I put into the duplex? I dug them down 2 feet and concreted them, and you know, we got to rip those things out.
Yeah, because we were renting. We had to.
That was not fun. But hey, it worked really well. It
did. I'm still waiting for your clarification, David. I didn't see you come through with it yet. I was still waiting for you. Firefly, instead of having those nasty fly strips, why not install a fan above the main entry door blowing downwards? It would be triggered every time the door opens. Many restaurants in the South use them. Actually, a lot of places in Las Vegas use those too. They have like that big blower as soon as you open. I don't know. We just did it. Fly strips are cheap and effective. They're like 25 cents a strip, maybe.
Oh.
I don't know. We just have it.
Headroom.
Yeah, maybe that too.
We had, 10-foot ceilings or 9-foot ceilings. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that we really fully, I guess,
didn't really think about it.
Thought of in either direction. We were like, well, everybody in the South also uses fly strips, so. And I don't know. I guess maybe we're nasty because I'm used to them now.
Hey, you tend to just be like, whatever. All right, just don't land on me.
Gary, what about mounting a solar-powered fan on the tripod for cooling the GoPro? So a fan wouldn't really work.
No.
Unfortunately, I'd have to have it in like an air-conditioned box, and I put them underneath shade. I do the best I can. It's just.
We've rigged so many different things up to try to do it, and yeah, it don't work.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of what it is the body, like especially the one GoPro, where it's encased into everything and it's meant for your media mod and everything else.
This one.
That guy, it don't really breathe too well, so you can't really do a whole lot to that guy. And we've tried even with these, and it just don't.
So you just do what you can as you can, and I get a lot of steps in throughout the day, and it's all good. It's part of the job, right? You gotta do what you gotta do. And it's all good.
You know?
It's all good, man. It's all good. But I like it, so the job is less labor intensive on me when I'm mostly filming Gary, because not only am I not really having to be in there with Gary doing the work, but my my work behind the work that you guys don't see, is lessened because I'm standing there holding the camera instead of having to set it over here and run away and then come back to it. You would think it would be easier for me just to like set it up on the tripod and then like walk away. That's worse.
No.
That's worse.
No.
Yeah, because then like I said, because then you have to run back and forth to it, where if I'm holding it, right, and I'm like filming doing that, then it's easier because it's just less steps.
Yeah.
But it's all good, man. It's not really that big of a deal. It's really not.
No.
I know it. I think you get more frustrated with it than I do. And then in turn I squawk about it because he's squawking about it. You guys won't hear his squawk.
I get more frustrated with it because you want me to stop. So that way she can bring everybody along with it when it died. And it's like, I just found my groove, man. Like, and you're asking me, like, I'm in the middle of it, getting down, and it's like, stop.
I'm being considerate of you guys.
Man.
Gary's like, I'm on mission. I'm doing what I do. It's all good. It's all good, guys. It's all good, man. No problems. Hakuna Matata. No worries. Life is good. We're having a very good week, guys. I've been consistent. I've been doing what I set out to do. I've been talking about how I'm trying to put out more videos for y'all since, we did take a little sabbatical here and there on the summertime. It wasn't even really a sabbatical. It was just more so I was focusing on things I needed to focus on at that period of time. Well, now, with everything kind of going the way that it's going, and us getting back into our groove and the kids being back in school and just all this stuff, I'm able to, have a little bit more time to focus on putting out more content. And also, for me, it's a reinforcement of what our channel, I guess, is about. Our build in our house and our cabin is amazing and it's fun, and building it is super exciting and definitely stuff people want to see. But there's so much that happens in order to get to that point, like us having to go shopping the other day to get all of those materials. I guess it brings you guys into more of a reality of what it takes in order to do this, because we have a lot of people that, want to do this too, and we want to show you guys what you're really getting into, and bring those people that would never have an opportunity to do these things for one reason or another, health or age or location or whatever the reason is. We hear lots of different stories from lots of different people, to make them feel like they're a part of it and the actual reality of it, and not just showing the highlight reel. We want to show you guys like all the aspects of it. So said it from the beginning, we're not just a building channel, we are a family vlog, and darn it, I am definitely sticking true to that, and appreciate you guys for hanging around all the madness.
I see David Moffat. I see what you're talking about.
Oh,
he says, I'm thinking leaving the porch roofs that will look like a dormer, but lower than the main roof, draining off the front and rear rather than tying it into the main roof system. So, yes and no. I have been thinking about that way mainly, but that's one of many ways. The other way that I've been thinking about it, and I'm still like, I'm not gonna know until I get up there and I fully rest my body onto it, and I fully rest my mind and soul into the question of whether or not that's the design that we want, and everything else. Like it's really up to what we want to do in a sense with that aspect. But the other one was do a triangle coming up and off and making it to where it peaks off coming out.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
There's a couple different
there's a lot of different ways that we can go about it.
But
And
that's partly the reason why we haven't put a roof on this thing yet, is because we still have to build the decking. That's going to be a covered decking, and we still got to build the mudroom in the front. And
really thinking about doing that kind of thing for the front side. The back side, I don't know.
Yeah.
Mainly because I'm thinking of the ice. I'm thinking of ice shearing and everything else like that. If we have it built up like that, it's going to really pull a lot of weight to one side, and the way that it just, Whereas in the front, it would be nice where the front door is, not to have like what everybody was complaining about, the roof being pitched towards our front door. It would be nice to have it like that, so that way we could walk in and out in the safety of the ice days and whatnot like that. But still got to look out for the hanging ones, which,
the sickles.
The sickles, which will It will go on the ones that are like this, no matter what. I've seen it. And I've seen them touch the ground from the tip like that.
Yep.
Out in Night Hill. That was crazy.
Yep.
But.
Well, guys, this one has been a super fun live chat. Very low. I wish I was more energized. But you know, it's gonna get there. And Gary is definitely doing a fantastic job. So thank you, baby, for running the show. Appreciate you, man. But it is that time, guys. MT Homestead is already live. We're blabbering on and on and on. I love you guys, and I love you guys being here for the conversation. I think maybe next week I will start with some more. I'll get my stuff together. Now, as we start doing this week after week, I'll start having a little bit of some sort of like questions and different things, different topics that we're going to bring you guys along for. So I hope that you guys can be excited and amped up for that. That'll start next week. In the meantime, we will be posting a new video here on Simple Life Reclaimed tomorrow, and then I'm also going to have another video for you guys on Friday. I'm trying to put out content basically every day, Monday through Friday, whether it be video, and then these live streams, right, and then some more videos. So I hope that you guys keep your notifications on. Stay tuned for all of that. Check us out on our side channel too, Real Talk with SLR. And go check out MT Homestead, guys. We're going to do a love raid. They're already live.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to run. But thank you guys for being with us. Thanks for loving on us. New videos tomorrow and on here and on Real Talk with SLR. So see you guys.
Until then, I hope you guys have a good one.
And we will catch you on the next one.
Later.
Bye, you guys. Hot mic. Hot mic.
That went by quick.